between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded right around the 8. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. First play, Wilson wants to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Julian Okwara in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick second and long. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Well, this defense for the Pats, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Taking it about the 16. Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Kind of a quirk in the schedule. These two division rivals didn't see each other much of the year. Their first meeting was just a few weeks ago, back in Week 14. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down. The Patriots at 500, 7-7 on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And this one complete to Smith. Finding room at midfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. On they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Touchdown, Patriots! Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
They'll start with the option. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Give to Cook out of the gun. Room here to run. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Pats are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball out of the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson finding space at the 40. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Here's Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And the Patriots are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one complete down the field to Smith. A big play there for New England. 56 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
19 White.
He'll look to throw. Flush down, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
A holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. To throw is Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Wilson and Moore there for a Jets first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Open man here is Conklin. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now it's Wilson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Return there, give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Dalvin Cook on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Patriots have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, That's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over first and 10.
Let's go. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 18 Pioneer. Cut my team. Cut my team.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now back to throw. Right back to Cook for another completion. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Back to throw again. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Touchdown! A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Joseph now to have the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing. Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well. Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go.
Second down at 4.
18 Randall. Torres, 17. Mustang, 19. Ready.
He'll look to throw, and he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach. We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Here's 2nd and 8. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll try the middle with Cook, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Cook now off the read option.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, 50 Bobcats, 50 Bobcats. Buffalo 18s.
They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Ready, set.
Back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Come back in, back in 60.
They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Let's go now.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worrying about traffic coming out on the other end.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He will find his tight end Smith for a Patriot touchdown.
A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Patriots take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. On first down, Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Trap 50, trap 50. 18, Rodney, 18, Rodney. Warriors, 17.
They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Out of the gun now on third down.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
19. 19 White. 79 Broncos. 19 tight. 19 tight.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. From 13 yards out.
And the Patriots continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On third down, Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness.
Touchdown, Patriots! Dalvin Cook from 10 yards out.
And the Patriots get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And he returns this to the 22.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably...
He's got a man, complete! And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Handoff, running left, here's Hall.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Wilson to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Pats are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Cook up the gut. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Back to throw here. He'll dump this off to Cook.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Back to throw again.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Now back to throw.
Looking for Thornton, and he's got him. Touchdown, New England.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Patriots are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson, he finds Corey Davis. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
That's on the guard, Laken Tomlinson. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position.
Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. He'll look to throw. And they hit him as he throws as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back.
Ready.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Julian Okwara picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show.
And now here's another interception. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Pats are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
misses the target, incomplete. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Here we go, here we go. Trap 50.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Pats, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Miami Dolphins come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.